Have you ever considered what happens to your body, mind, and spirit when you discontinue one of life's most natural and empowering acts, self-pleasure, during your senior years? Many older adults were raised in environments where sexual self-expression was discouraged or stigmatized, causing this natural practice to gradually fade away due to health changes, cultural beliefs, or simply losing touch with oneself. But here's what many healthcare professionals won't openly discuss. The absence of sexual self-connection after age 60 can negatively impact more than just your libido. It affects your entire well-being. This isn't about desire alone. It's about vitality, circulation, hormone balance, sleep quality, self-confidence, prostate health, emotional stability, and maintaining dignity while aging. Before we explore further, if you haven't subscribed yet, please click that button and activate notifications so you don't miss future health advice tailored for you. Enjoy this video? Type 1 in the comments. If not, type 0 to help me improve content for you. 1. Your body responds to what it's deprived of. As we age, many bodily functions slow down, not just because of aging itself, but due to inactivity. Similar to how muscles atrophy without exercise and joints become rigid without movement, your sexual organs respond identically. When self-stimulation ceases completely, blood circulation to the pelvic region significantly decreases. This reduced blood flow can cause discomfort, decreased sensitivity, and, for men, an elevated risk of prostate issues. The tissues that once readily responded to stimulation begin to deteriorate, becoming less elastic, less responsive, and sometimes even painful. Women may experience increased vaginal dryness, irritation, or a general disconnection from their bodies. What surprises many seniors is how quickly these physical changes can manifest. Within just a few months without sexual stimulation, the body begins to forget what it once naturally knew, and unlike in youth, recovery takes considerably longer. Regular self-pleasure, even just once or twice weekly, helps maintain elasticity, sensitivity, and overall pelvic health. It's a form of self-care that prevents stagnation, discomfort, and future complications. This isn't about pursuing desire or forcing what no longer feels natural. It's about maintaining function, preventing unnecessary discomfort, and preserving an essential aspect of your body's design. You wouldn't stop brushing your teeth just because you're aging, so why neglect another crucial aspect of your health? But physical health is only part of the equation. What happens emotionally when you lose connection with your own pleasure? That's where things become even more personal and significant. If you're still watching and finding these insights helpful, please comment 1 below to let me know you're with me. Now let's move to point number 2. 2. The emotional cost of disconnection. When seniors stop self-pleasuring, it represents more than just a physical change. It becomes an emotional and psychological shift too. Gradually, many older adults start feeling detached from their bodies, as if they're merely caretakers of a vessel rather than fully inhabiting it. This emotional disconnect often begins subtly: decreased interest in personal appearance, diminished self-worth, or even a quiet feeling of invisibility. What was once a source of comfort, release, and joy becomes something avoided or forgotten. Self-pleasure, while deeply personal, is also deeply affirming. It reminds you that your body still belongs to you, that you remain capable of feeling, choosing, and engaging in something purely for your own satisfaction. For many seniors, this simple act restores a sense of agency and identity that often diminishes with age. It's not just about sexual gratification, it's about emotional grounding, self-confidence, and maintaining connection to your inner life. Without this private ritual, loneliness can intensify. Anxiety may quietly grow, Emotional flatness might replace the vibrant inner world you once experienced. For some, this can even affect interpersonal interactions, less warmth, less openness, less joy. But there's a powerful truth many don't realize until it's nearly gone. When you stop connecting with yourself intimately, you may gradually disconnect from the world around you. And as you'll soon discover, this emotional distance doesn't remain confined to the heart. It extends to bodily organs too, particularly one gland that few discuss until problems arise. 3. Prostate health. Depends on activity. For senior men, few things are as quietly essential to long-term health as the prostate. This small gland plays a crucial role in both sexual and urinary function, yet it's often ignored until issues begin to surface. What many don't realize is that regular ejaculation, through either partnered intimacy or self-pleasure, isn't just enjoyable, it's protective. When a man completely stops self-pleasuring, the prostate may begin to stagnate. Fluids can accumulate, leading to prostate congestion, which causes discomfort, pressure, and even increased risk of inflammation or infection over time. Ejaculation helps maintain prostate activity, clears aged fluids, and stimulates blood flow to the area. Without it, the gland becomes more susceptible to enlargement, benign prostatic hyperplasia or BPH, which can interfere with urination, cause frequent nighttime bathroom trips, or even necessitate medical intervention. This isn't mere theory. It's supported by decades of medical observation. Maintaining sexual activity, even privately, helps keep the prostate healthy and responsive. Neglecting this aspect of care isn't modesty. It's a missed opportunity for prevention. You needn't rely on medications or surgery as your first defense. Something as simple as regular self-pleasure can serve as a proactive, natural method to protect this vital organ. But the benefits of self-pleasure in later years extend beyond organ health. What if this simple act also impacts your brain chemistry, influencing how you sleep, how you feel, and even your daily cognitive clarity? If you're still watching and finding these insights valuable, please comment 1 below to let me know you're engaged. Now let's continue with point number 4. Point 4. Hormonal balance and brain chemistry. One of the most overlooked benefits of self-pleasure for seniors is its direct impact on hormonal balance and brain chemistry. During stimulation and orgasm, your brain releases a cascade of natural chemicals: dopamine, oxytocin, endorphins, and prolactin. These aren't just pleasure hormones. They regulate mood, enhance sleep quality, reduce anxiety, and even support immune function. In a life stage where insomnia, depression, and stress become more common, these natural responses are powerful tools for overall wellness. Dopamine helps maintain motivation and emotional engagement. Oxytocin promotes calmness and connection even when alone. Endorphins alleviate pain and enhance mental clarity. Prolactin supports restful sleep and cellular regeneration. All this occurs through a private, simple act requiring no prescription, insurance approval, or doctor's visit. The absence of this hormonal activity can lead to gradual emotional decline. Without it, you might experience increased anxiety, irritability, or emotional numbness. Sleep becomes more difficult. Stress lingers longer. Over time, this imbalance can quietly affect memory, focus, and even physical resilience. Self-pleasure isn't merely about gratification. It's about internal chemistry. It's about providing your brain the signals needed to keep you grounded, relaxed, and vital. And if your mind benefits from regular release, what about that aspect of yourself most people forget to address? Your need for physical presence and touch. That's our next topic. 5. Touch is a basic human need, even self-touch. As we age, we typically receive less physical contact. Hugs become rare, intimacy may diminish, and many begin avoiding their own bodies altogether. This touch deprivation, even self-touch, creates a profound emotional void, affecting both mental and physical well-being. Self-pleasure, at its core, is a way to maintain connection with your body, a form of nurturing that reminds you that you remain alive, deserving of comfort, and capable of feeling. Many seniors unconsciously begin treating their bodies like fragile machines, requiring maintenance rather than homes to be cherished. They perform routines, bathing, dressing, taking medications, without truly acknowledging their physical selves with warmth or kindness. Eventually, this disconnect can produce emotional numbness or alienation from the very body that has carried them through life. Self-touch changes this dynamic. It invites you to slow down, listen, and feel, not from obligation, but from care. Self-pleasure becomes more than sexual. It becomes meditative, affirming, "I am still here. I still matter. I still belong to myself." This reclaiming of touch can restore confidence and ease the loneliness that sometimes accompanies aging. And as powerful as this personal connection can be, there's another often unspoken benefit to self-pleasure in later years. It helps maintain a sense of intimacy and control even when partnerships change or end. Intimacy doesn't end. When partnerships do, as we age, relationships evolve. Some lose partners to illness or time, while others experience emotional distance in long-term marriages. Many live alone, navigating retirement and aging without a consistent companion. During these transitions, many believe that intimacy, once vibrant and alive, has simply concluded. But true intimacy doesn't require a partner. It begins with yourself. Self-pleasure allows seniors to maintain a relationship with their own desire, tenderness, and emotional world, regardless of relationship status. Far from being a substitute for partnership, self-intimacy represents independence, reclaiming closeness on your terms. It communicates to your spirit that your capacity for pleasure, comfort, and connection didn't disappear with another person. It remains within you. This private connection becomes especially important when physical or emotional closeness with others isn't possible. It helps maintain emotional balance and personal agency. It diminishes the loneliness that can emerge during quiet evenings. Most importantly, it reminds you that you remain a complete, feeling human, capable of joy and tenderness, even without a partner present. While this emotional strength proves deeply healing, many seniors still harbor unnecessary guilt or shame around this subject. It's time to address this outdated burden directly, because its damage runs deeper than most realize. What happens when we replace shame with self-acceptance? The answer could transform how you experience aging. 7. The shame must be abandoned. Many seniors grew up when sexuality, especially self-pleasure, was shrouded in silence, judgment, and shame. Messages from family, religion, and society often portrayed self-pleasure as something improper, sinful, or inappropriate, particularly with advancing age. Eventually, these beliefs became internalized, quietly influencing how older adults perceive their bodies. But here's the truth. That shame doesn't belong to you anymore. It was inherited, and you have every right to release it. Self-pleasure isn't a sign of weakness or moral failure. It's a normal, healthy, even therapeutic aspect of human experience. Releasing the shame that has accompanied you for decades becomes one of the most liberating gifts you can give yourself in later life. When you stop viewing self-pleasure as wrong, you begin reclaiming control over your physical and emotional well-being. What replaces shame isn't merely acceptance, but confidence, peace, and relief. When you understand that your body still deserves care, pleasure, and attention, you begin treating yourself differently. You walk with greater dignity. You sleep more soundly. You live more freely. By removing shame's burden, you create space for self-care. And there's no better way to begin caring for yourself than understanding how to do so safely, comfortably, and purposefully. That's why our next section is crucial. It's not just about why, but how to approach this practice in a way that supports your health and brings peace. 8. Practical tips for safe, healthy self-intimacy. For seniors, self-pleasure should be approached like any aspect of self-care, with patience, respect, and comfort. Your body has changed over the years, which is entirely natural. What worked or felt pleasurable decades ago may differ today, and that's perfectly acceptable. The goal now isn't performance, it's presence. Begin by selecting a quiet, private space where you feel relaxed. Give yourself permission to explore without pressure. Take your time. This moment belongs to you, without distraction or judgment. Using lubrication can make a significant difference, especially for aging skin or if dryness has become an issue. Lubricants reduce friction, prevent irritation, and can actually enhance sensation. Experiment with different types until you find what works best for you. For men, take time with stimulation. There's no need to aim for specific outcomes. For women, gentle touch and awareness of sensitive areas can reconnect you with forgotten sensations. Focus on how your body feels before, during, and after. Do you feel more relaxed, calmer, more connected to yourself? These are indicators that your practice is beneficial, not just physically, but emotionally too. Self-intimacy isn't something to feel embarrassed about. It represents quiet strength and self-awareness. As with any health practice, consistency matters more than intensity. Gentle, regular self-connection can support your mood, circulation, sleep, and sense of personal empowerment. Now that you understand how to approach this healthfully and respectfully, what happens if you continue ignoring this aspect of your health? The long-term risks may surprise you. A final word, the most personal act of self-care. As you navigate this rich, wise, reflective stage of life, you've likely realized something essential. Aging isn't about decline, it's about rediscovery. You aren't fading, you're evolving. And one of the most intimate, often overlooked aspects of that evolution is your relationship with your own body. For many seniors, the concept of self-pleasure may still carry shame, embarrassment, or the sense that it no longer belongs in this life chapter. But what if it does? What if now is actually the most important time to reconnect with this aspect of yourself? Not for others, not for performance, but for healing, presence, and peace? Your body, though different from decades past, still belongs to you. It still responds to care. It still reacts to kindness. It still thrives with attention. Touch in any form fulfills a human need, and when that touch comes from yourself, it's not merely physical, it's spiritual and emotional. It tells your heart, you remain here, you still matter. Self-pleasure at this life stage isn't shameful. It's one of the most profound acts of self-care available to you. It helps maintain circulation, supports prostate and pelvic health, balances mood and hormones, alleviates loneliness, improves sleep, and reminds you that you remain connected to your desires and identity. Even in solitude, you can feel alive, empowered, and complete. If no one has ever told you this before, hear it now. You don't need permission to be close to yourself. You needn't apologize for being human. You shouldn't carry outdated beliefs that silence your needs or dismiss your body's truths. You deserve to feel. You deserve to rest without emptiness. You deserve to see in the mirror someone worth touching, worth loving, worth being. Society often overlooks the power of quiet rituals, closing the door, breathing deeply, and giving yourself what others cannot. But in those moments when the world slows and you return to yourself, you may discover something sacred: reconnection, softening, a spark. As you proceed, carry this truth. Self-pleasure isn't something to hide from, judge, or dismiss with age. It's your right, your private joy, your reminder that you aren't merely existing but living fully, deeply, and unapologetically. Your journey continues. Your body still listens, and each time you honor it with care, kindness, and presence, you choose to live on your own terms, which is, ultimately, the most dignified act possible. These insights aim to inspire authentic, fulfilling living. I'd love to hear from you. Take a moment to reflect and share one thing you've learned and plan to apply in your life. Let's support each other in embracing these truths. If you found this video helpful, please comment 1 below. If not, feel free to comment 0. Your feedback matters greatly. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more content like this. Thank you for watching, and here's to living life on your own terms.